Well, what is going on, YouTube, and welcome back to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. And today we're going to be talking about Cam Akers and his injury. First, we're going to be talking about it a little bit, giving you my insight on it, on the injury, and then I'm going to be talking about some targets that the Rams could go after in free agency that could sign as free agents, or they could trade for to help maybe supply the loss of Cam Akers. But I'm also going to say that they do have some depth. But so let's get into it. So Cam Akers, coming into last year, he had some questions coming out of Florida, of course. That definitely kept some teams away from him. Florida kind of limited him and some of his abilities, and the Rams, kind of just let him go. And Cam Akers really showed what he was capable of, and had a really darn good rookie year. One of the best rookie running backs last year. That not many people bring up as they should. Um, yeah, I absolutely love Cam Akers. I love his play. I love his run after contact. His yards after contact. Really good back. He's really dynamic. He can catch. He can run. He can do whatever you need him to do. And it really sucks to see him go down with that Achilles injury. But you know, the doctors do have a new way of doing surgery for them. You know, previously the Achilles surgery was much more invasive. It would go like up your whole calf because of course that's like where the Achilles tendon is, whether it's a rupture or a tear, whatever. Um, but yeah, they have found ways to make that incision much smaller, so it's not as invasive, so the recovery time is not as long, and just not as long. Um, just so the surgery isn't as invasive, but nonetheless, it's still a serious injury no matter what. It's still gonna take quite some time for him to recover. One of the most painful injuries in all of sports, and that anyone could have. Um, and one of the ones that are really difficult to come back from, and hopefully and I'm not sure if Cam Akers is going to get this type of surgery or not. Maybe he's still going to get the older one. Maybe he's going to get the newer one. But I do know one player that got that newer surgery, and that was Eric Fisher. So he's expected to come back sooner than later. But so now we're going to get into some free agents and whether the Rams may have that guy to supply the loss of Cam Akers, or maybe they trade for a guy. So some free agents include along the lines, and main ones are Adrian Peterson, Todd Gurley, maybe Frank Gore, maybe one of those guys. Maybe they reunite with Todd Gurley. Maybe they sign Adrian Peterson. Love Adrian Peterson. Maybe they sign Frank Gore. I love all three of those backs. I think Todd Gurley was actually really good last year. He had a lot of touchdowns. He was a really good back last year for Atlanta. Very underappreciated. Adrian Peterson, Frank Gore, they are what they are. They're getting up there in age. They're not, going to do anything insane, but they're going to come in and be really solid backs for you. They're going to help the young guys. They're going to do what they need to do. They're going to come in and do what they need to do and be awesome backs for you guys, not just on the field, but off the field. All right, now we're going to get to some trade options. And, just around the NFL, some trade options that are being talked about. Devin Singletary, Bills could be one, maybe. Salvin Ahmed, the Dolphins, I could see them maybe trading for him. Um, Sony Michel from the Patriots, Ty Johnson from the Jets, Marlon Mack from the Colts, maybe even Jordan Wilkins, Benny Snell. Maybe they go for David Johnson. James Robinson was a name that came up, Royce Freeman. There's a lot of different options they have. Maybe they go for Joshua Kelly and the Chargers because the Chargers have so many freaking backs over there as well. But yeah, they could go for any of those guys, and then, there's many other backs they could go for. But we don't know yet. But maybe they are happy with who they have on the roster. Maybe they're happy with Darrell Henderson. Maybe they're happy with Xavier Jones, Jake Fung, Raymond Calais. Maybe they think that those guys are going to do just fine, and I think they could. But it would be nice to add another guy in there just to solidify, just to make sure to have a veteran in there to help those young guys, because Darrell Henderson was actually a really nice back last year. He was really dynamic. He came in a few times and made some really big plays. He was a really good back last year at times, and I think he's a bit underrated. But nonetheless, the loss of Cam Akers does suck. And how do you guys think this is going to affect the Rams? Of course they're gonna explore some options for some other players. Maybe, we don't know yet what the Rams have in store, what they have in mind, but only time will tell, right? That's the only way we're gonna find out. But it's fun to talk about the possibilities. It's fun to talk about what may happen, who they might sign, who they may trade for, or if they're just happy with the players that they have, which very well could be the case. So let me know what you guys think about this, and if you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. As always, I'll catch you guys in the next video.